Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Age of 4 replay. So on the top left side as a Cyan English, we have a foreign name. So on the bottom right side as the Magenta Holy Roman Empire, we have GG Chrysaor. English versus Holy Roman Empire. Both of them have access to man-at-arms in Feudal Age. More so for the English player can get access in the Dark Age. Likely we will see longbowmen, and likely the best way for the Holy Roman Empire to deal with them is maybe just go for mass man-at-arms. Though longbowmen do hit harder than regular archers there, going for the Agion Chapel. This will provide a massive resource income, providing a constant 40% income in this region is quite significant. But he's on the front line there, but he's trying to quickly clean up as much food as possible. So he may be eyeing for aggressive man-at-arms, since he's also collecting up a lot of gold as well. Maybe eyeing for fast castles, hard to tell sometimes. We've got Council Hall being employed in the field. The Agion Chapel will be employed out very soon. We also have wheelbarrows in research as well. And this scout does advance him forward, does stab this villager a couple times. And now these forest puppers will be collected up at a very, very rapid rate. He's also going for a lumber mill right there. Maybe eyeing for some research technology to go along with it. No, he should have enough resources for that. Sometimes a little bit of bug in the replays. Looks like the English player is collecting up a lot of stones. He's eyeing for a second town center. We got walls everywhere. The Holy Roman Empire player maybe I'm going for fast castle at the current rate. Oh, got a single longbowman, getting some good damage on in. Town center will get some major retaliation damage. That does take him out quite easily. And he does have one more longbow in the build queue there. Does with the Agion Chapel. Does want some of these palisade walls there. This one's not technically fully built, but he may be able to get by it, maybe not. We have a second prelate upon the field, inspiring these villagers to collect up gold faster. He's definitely eyeing for fast castle. House going on up. He still needs a bit more food. He's pretty good on gold at the moment. And we do have the second town center right there, trying to collect these forest puppers. Longbowman advance forward, trying to get some more harassment on in. No scout for spotting. And there's a Regnig's Cathedral. These prelates, if he goes ahead and tests them out in the field, he may be able to quickly pick up a lot of relics. Trying to get out stable as well. He may be eyeing for early night production. Not early night, but night production, not necessarily horsemen. Wheelbarrow now being researched as well. He has a good amount of forces here. And there is a single horseman in front of you. Just like that, all these sheep there immediately retasked onto the deer now. Horseman chasing down that scout now. Prelate advancing forward. He's going to be eyeing to claim some of these relics. This relic could be claimed. That monk or prelate's heading up north. Longbowman does get some damage there onto these horsemen. English player is still a little bit far away from going his own castle age. Now we do have multiple knights up on the field. This could be very, very problematic for Cyan, having all these knights roaming around at this point in time. You want to go for a little bit more heavy spearmen then. One relic has been claimed. This one's going to be harder to grab. This one should be easy to grab. This one is being grabbed, so I have a feeling that Magenta will probably get 4 out of 5 relics. Let's get some good damage on this horseman. Does take out a pair of horsemen there. Now all the horsemen dead, just leaving the knights and the scout. Now the King's House being put on the field, that will give him access to an extra villager queue. Soon he will have 3 villager queues. His opponent's still on 1. He may be eyeing for the Palace of Swabia later on to get out some more villagers. Though it's still a bit far away in gold production, we do have this outpost going up. Maybe eyeing for a spring gold emplacement there. Knights are going to see a bit of damage there, but of course you can always use the prelates to heal them up, assuming he keeps them alive. Does lose a knight there. And the knights are, of course, a tier 3 unit. These spearmen only at age 2 units, so they get quickly overwhelmed by the quality of the knights. And that longbowman does get quickly impaled by the quality of the knights. King's Palace is almost complete. He has gone for a line of defensive palisade walls there. Now taking time to collect these berries as well. All the forest puffers have been cleaned on up. Of course, the Agion Chapel on the front line here. It'd be hard to affect your farms as you start pulling them around the Agion Chapel, so he's going to need to eye the Palace of Swabia or the other one defensive landmark in the front line. I forget that one's called. Let's get some good hits there on these spearmen. He's going for the man-at-arms upgrade for the Holy Roman Empire. Prelate down to 1 health. The scout can actually get the kill. Nope, the longman stole his kill. Both the horsemen, or the scout, and the longbowman do go down. Got a good number of knights in the field. The English player won't be able to deploy out his own man-at-arms. Sure, he can get ironclad, but his opponent can deploy out blunted weapons, which will make his own man-at-arms hard to counter his opponents. And 200 weapons will basically negate the extra armor, so the English player won't be able to deploy out his man-at-arms anymore. He's going to have to rely on crossbows and probably his own knights, even though knight's not exactly a great item. Relic received quite a bit of damage there. That would be, he's picked up all 3 other relics. He could potentially claim all 3 relics, which is going to be significant. We do now have some men-at-arms being plotted by the Holy Roman Empire player. He does not have blacksmith on the field, no research. Nor does sign apparently at the moment. Spearman charging forward, just get some damage there on these spearmen. Knights. We do have some relics being placed inside these outposts now. Does going to throw them inside the Rignes Cathedral. It says all relics will generate plus 100% gold wall garrisons. Doesn't care if it's inside this cathedral or not. But right now, these relics will provide a massive reserve of gold. Or a tithe of gold, I should say. More farms being plotted by the English player. We do also got a big line of farms here as well. It can be secured by a very tiny, narrow choke point here. It may be worth it to just go for a handful of a line of stone walls there, just to make sure that area remains nice and secure. We now have an outpost being pulled out right over here. Veteran spearmen research as well. Of course, they will not be able to hold a candle to the man-at-arms. Science maintaining good village production. That's going to be his saving grace so far in this game. Our Magenta's almost reached Imperial Age resources. Has plenty of gold at the moment, just need other resources. Food, I should say. Spearmen advance around the flank. We'll spot the nothing around here except for the gate and walls. The English player's not on to push onto the map, trying to claim some gold deposits. And Magenta has claimed all 5 relics, which is a significant amount of relics. We got a good number of crossbows and spearmen here. He's ready to engage his opponent's force, whether it be knights or man-at-arms. Trying to fall back there. It's being upgraded some sprinkles there. He's been skipping on his military severely. I just want to try to torch down some of this stuff. He does have access to emergency repairs, so he can trade health for time. Man-arms charging forward to deal with these spearmen. Does get some good hits there. These arrows firing away as well. Needs emergency repair on this structure. Does not get emergency repairs active in that structure. Yep, and he is influenced as well. So that's a big oversight by him. That's getting Peel Age now. And what landmark did he go for? Palace Swabia. Yep, now he has access to a very cheap, rapid producing villagers. 6 seconds train time, 17 food costs. It does reduce 200% faster, 66% at less cost. Does have 2 new weapons here, improving the damage of these man-arms. They don't get. He has got the blunt weapons just yet, since he's not fighting against any heavy just yet. There's actually a couple man-arms now mixed on in. Knights and man-arms pushing forward. We've got a lot of various arrow fire here, and we do have an outpost here upgraded with Spring Gold, and the relic does improve its damage output. So overall, the English force here is getting ripped apart by this various defenses in this region. The other town center airs of a relic as well, improving its damage output. Magenta has a lot smaller army at the field, but his opponent has even he only has 3 man at arms, so Chrysaor prelate, which is not exactly a combat unit. But let's hold back the line. Can't deal with all the defensive of the Holy Roman Empire. Does have good number of farms here, trying to use the Akin Chapel effect. Sign does have twice the amount of villagers, but this can rapidly change with the Palace Swabia here, and soon Sign will, of course, reach a good spot of not building more villagers. But also maintaining production as primary towns as well, so he basically has 4 villager queues.
Eine gut gemachte Arbeit. Eine gut gemachte Arbeit.
Magenta's also now going for collecting up some stone. He could go for a keep here. Science going for a defensive keep instead of map. He's trying to secure the gold deposits. But let's pick that up. It's going to be throwing the outpost. He's going to upgrade the cannon placement there.
Was hast du nötig von mir? Bereit für die nächste Aufgabe.
For another barracks there, trying to increase his production. He's actually a bit low on food, has plenty of gold at the moment. His black steed actually has no real resource at the moment. He does have +1 armor. I think that's from the prelate inspiration, isn't it? Yeah, he has all the prelate research there. Militaries get +15 damage and +1 armor. So he's inspired these men at arms a little bit.
Was hast du nötig von mir? Ja, bin bereit.
Sende mich fort.
Of course, there's a lot of villagers over here, so needs to be inspired. He's doing a good job maintaining the inspiration on these villagers over here. We got a fortified tower here for the network of castles. Like both sides are smackering up. Sign needs an eye going to the next age, because right now he's down in age. His opponent has not gone for elite military tactics. Does get out Siege Workshop, could go for some more mangonels. He may be worried about Spring Gold. He may want to get out some Spring Gold as well, in case opponent deploys also any sort of trebuchets. But currently not. Well, his opponent's not playing on trebuchets, but he is. I think mangonels would be a better choice. Signs of pulling out some stone walls around his opponent's base. He's trying to lock him in, prevent him from escaping out to the flanks. Unusual, but could be very effective. Horsemen now trying to hit these villagers. Or this villager, singular. Villager does go down, may want to cancel some of those stone walls. Does have this stone line of palisade walls there. Trebuchet now trying to hit the outpost there, which denies a network of castles. Magenta is rapidly evening out the village production. Right now his opponent is going for the Berkshire Castle as well. And due to his insane range, it should be able to help support the keep as well. Howdy. Trebuchet's outpost has been set ablaze by the trebuchet. Now that will eliminate one more source of the network of castles. Chrysaor Castle is almost complete. Oh, welcome to the stream then. We do now have the keep receiving a bit of fire there. Six has been captured up by Cyan there. Two of them has been captured up by Cyan, which does get a bit of extra gold. Got this nice little force here. I just feel like it's very vulnerable to a Mangonella shot. Imperial Academies, as well as more armor hack damage. I'm getting all my words mixed up now. Got Elite Horseman now for the Holy Roman Empire player. Both players in Imperial Age. Villager count is similar, 130 to 94. Not really that similar, but the increased collection rate of the Aachen Chapel is really helping out, though the English now has an incredibly high collection rate on these farms, even more so, up to 30%. Largely evening out. Now we've got the big engagement coming on in. We do got these horsemen defensive forward, got the men arms charging for as well. Does not have the blunt weapons there, does got the keep there. Berkshire Castle now firing away. You can actually garrison the Berkshire Castle, get some more arrows firing at incredibly long range. Villagers going to be doing that. Man at arms now gaining man at arms. And now Science claimed all secret sites there, forcing Magenta to stay out in the field. It's going for blunt weapons now, so it's fighting against a lot of man at arms. Chrysaor Castle has 18 garrisons there. Each extra arrow does have a attack speed of 2.5 per second. Nothing too significant. Or 2.62, I should say. Man arms now pushing forward. Chrysaor Castle now seeing some siege damage. Magenta's front line is overrunning Cyan's. Cyan has a good number of crossbows here to hit those bonus from man at arms. It's lacking other forces in the field. Magenta has a larger force right now. Get some good hits there. Spear advancing forward, trying to get some other force there. Berkshire Castle still firing away, gains some damage across everything. But we're seeing a lot of damage from these trebuchets. So we're trying to stop these trebuchets, at least stop them from being in the area, so we're quickly repair up the Berkshire Castle there. These villagers may want to get on the inside. We're going to lose some of these villagers there. Spear now moving around, trying to avoid these horsemen. Trebuchets being retasked with the Berkshire Castle. So a good number of villagers there, 15. Spearmen have been overran. Does get the blunt weapons there. One to do bonus damage to man at arms, so no longer a good idea to pull out man at arms against the Holy Roman Empire man at arms. Better watching your stream than flat women trying to do ASMR. I don't even want to know where that even came from. Berkshire Castle gains some good damage on these horsemen. It will prevent them from stopping these villagers from getting repairs. There's 11 villagers remaining. We have now a keep going up here. Cyan's trying to pull out a mine next to this keep, which is probably not a good idea. The Chrysaor Castle, being a landmark, only requires wood for repairs. So it is relatively cheap in repair costs, relatively to the rarity of stone, but still getting overran. Relic does go down there. Trying these trebuchets, as quality trebuchets will take up the Berkshire Castle. The Berkshire Castle has gone down. Cyan's front line starting falling back. There's a good number of horsemen in the middle of all the spearmen. Don't know Cyan could stand and fight with those spearmen. Overall, Cyan needs to have trouble rebuilding his max out army. Magenta has a smaller villager cap, so he's able to pull out a larger army, but he right now has no wood income. Hopefully has Tideborn. Cyan trying to have more man at arms, not a good idea. Spearmen and crossbows blood should deploy out against all these man at arms and horsemen. Going for more siege workshops, more mangonels will probably just generally be a good idea as well. Crossbow trying to hold the line there. I think all the villagers are trying to repair this Berkshire Castle has gone down. Oh, we got a revolt twin now pulling on the field, a relatively rare unit to see. Gets a good damage on these forces. He's getting repaired up by some villagers as well, so there's some villagers in this region. Taking out some horsemen. Trebuchets annihilate the outpost there, and the Walton does go down. There's been another siege workshops. You may want to start regrouping his forces up here. Crossbows starting to get overran. The horsemen are coming in at low numbers, so they're able to pull back the line. Spearmen do a good job of holding back the man-arms. Man-arms and Spearmen basically do the same stall effect versus Holy Roman Empire man-arms. So it's probably better to go for Spearmen, which allow them to hit the horsemen a little bit better, allowing also crossbows equal amount of time to gauge these man-arms. More of these horsemen charging forward. He needs more Spearmen to protect these crossbows. You could try mixing some hand cannoneers as well. They like to hit everything. Try to go for an outpost here. Could probably go for an outpost behind the walls. Chrysaor Castle being torched down right away, which will stall out some of these forces there. We got some prelates in the front line for Magenta as well. It's not a good spot for them. Outpost immediately goes down to 9 network citadels, or network castles, depending on what he has researched. Sign does have the Sacred Side victory still coming down, but right now it's slowly being decapitated down by the reinforcements, or stopped by the reinforcements. Crossbows falling back, trying to get some more damage to these horsemen. He does not have incendiary arrows just yet. Nor all of his blacksmith's research, so getting more blacksmith research now, including the elite spearman research. Man-arms trying to batter down these spearmen. They're not currently touching up the palisade wall, which means the crossbows can get more damage on in. Got the network castles now activated. Greatly increasing attack speed of these crossbows. He does have rolling network castles, not network citadels. Takes out the palisade gate there for trebuchets. A little bit overkill, but did the job. More of these keeps being put on the field, as well as trying to go for a mining camp. Maybe a little retaliate against that. It's about horseman range there. Try to hit these villagers there, but now the horsemen are going to be overrun these crossbows. More spearmen being put on the field, trying to hit these horsemen severely. Now since they're elite spearmen, they can do a bit better work at that. Still got a severe number of trebuchets here. 7's maybe too many. Starting to get some lance next, which will be very effective for these spearmen. They do AoE damage and high damage. When they're fully kitted out, they do like 32 damage per sweep. Do cost quite a bit of gold there. Of course, it's quite a bit of gold on some of these maps. Science trying to rotate out to other gold deposits, and may need to get another lumber camp there to make sure it maintains its wood income. We'll need a lot of wood for the spearmen. Trying to go for forward keep here. He's trying to creep forward for keeps. You could try pulling out forward council to get urgent repairs as well. These archer range is going to be annihilated by those trebuchets. Magenda's not going for a keep here. He's going for fortified towers, some other research. And court architects, increasing the health of all of his buildings. Does he get... He has not gone in for the reinforced defenses, increasing the health of health powers and gates by 40%. Science still has these walls up over here, so he has his opponent contained, sort of. If he's able to push his opponent back here, it will really put a squeeze on him, preventing him to reach out to the gold deposits. All depends whether or not he can do that. Sign has things set up for the future. Just matter whether or not if he can get to the future. Crossbows advancing forward. Much of this construction starting to go down these trebuchets. He has more builds at the moment, which means he has less small military. Man-arms trying to hold the line, spearmen as well. Man-arms, we're seeing a lot of damage from these crossbows. He does have a network of citadels or network of castles. No network of citadels just yet. Getting incendiary arrows will really help out his crossbows and other forces. Another revolt went out on the field. Looks like he's having trouble firing. He's not currently firing. Let's get those man-at-arms that was hacking apart, but now it's going to be hacked apart entirely. No, he does say the revolt point at the moment. Maybe a good idea just to generally aim, move it forward, so it can hit anything in the front line at the moment. Is wounded, getting repaired upon some villagers, very nice. Now got a good wave of veterans not being quoted by Cyan. He does not have any townsmen nearby these keeps to get some repairs. Revolt crossbows being put on the field. Spearman pulling back the horsemen, very good. Revolt has been repaired up nearly entirely, down entirely. More Science Extra's going down. Science will need to get rebuilt. He has a good amount of wood in reserve. More crossbows push way forward. Horsemen getting slowly whittled down. Having trouble with the man at arms and versus these spearmen. Got some Landsknechts here. More man at arms pushing way forward as well. See if can't click on the Landsknecht to see its current damage output. I don't see any more Landsknechts being built. Okay, he has 3 on the field, nothing on the field. Science going for, or Magenta's trying to go for another keep here. Our Vulcan's still up and going. He needs more production in the back line. He has a bit of room over here, but not a whole lot of room left. He may need to build back here. More Vulcans push forward. Does get all those cannon rams. Our Vulcan will find a very good volley there, taking out most of those horsemen. More banners pushing forward. Needs to hit that building construction keep. That's a little bit easier. More banners charging forward. Our Vulcan still ready to get out another volley. Now there's a single man at arms there. Crossbow still hitting these man at arms. One of the war Landsknechts are at. He's on another Vulcan there. Oh, that was the same Vulcan. Man, I was trying to hit these villagers there. Yeah, more infantry does take the blacksmith. Get a handful of longbowmen outfield. They're just only regular longbowmen, not even veteran longbowmen at the moment, so there may be a bit of oversight there. Horsemen push way forward as well. Landsknecht, some of them are reaching on the front line. They're up to 32 damage. They have absurd damage output. Longbowmen will do bonus damage versus Landsknechts. Of course, it'll be hard to target down those individual Landsknechts in the middle of the group. There's a couple longbowmen, so it's probably not a good idea to try to focus it down. Their APM's better elsewhere. Science being pushed on back. Trying to hit this keep now with his own trebuchets. Means he'll get damage onto it. Got some villagers back here idle. Horsemen charging forward. Overrun these trebuchets. Let's take out those trebuchets. And Sign does back of the game now. I think Magenta really got a grasp on the game thanks to the fact that he had less villagers, so he's able to deploy a larger military. It's Anne Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.